She was kicked out by her own sister and forced to live in the garage with her children. Broken heart alone, heartbroken, and with nowhere to go, she didn't expect what would happen next. Just 1 hour later, a luxury limousine arrived, and what followed will leave you speechless. Astonished face sparkles. Don't miss it. If this touched your heart, don't forget to like, thumbs up, share, repeat button, and subscribe. Lila stood in the cramped, chilly garage, her 2 kids, Mia and Noah, huddled close to her. The sting of her sister Tara's words still burned in her ears. Just an hour ago, Tara had screamed at her, face red with rage, and shoved them out of the house. Lila's heart pounded as she tried to keep her kids calm, but inside, she was falling apart. The garage smelled of oil and dust, and the single bulb overhead flickered. Mia, only 7, clutched her stuffed bear, her eyes wide with fear. Noah, 10, kicked a cardboard box, his face twisted in anger. Why didn't Tara do this, Mom? Noah demanded, his voice sharp. What did we do to her? Lila swallowed hard, trying to find words that wouldn't break her kid hearts. It's not about you, sweetie. Tara's just upset. We'll figure this out, okay? Upset. Noah snapped. She threw us out like we're trash. She's your sister, Mom. How could she do this? Lila's chest tightened. She didn't have an answer. Tara's outburst had come out of nowhere. They'd been staying at Tara's house for 3 weeks, ever since Lila's landlord evicted them after she lost her job. Tara had offered them a place to stay, but it was clear from the start she wasn't happy about it. The tension had been building. Snide comments about Lila's cooking, complaints about the kids being too loud, and Tara's constant reminders that they were guests. But today, something snapped. It started in the kitchen. Lila was making breakfast, trying to keep things normal for Mia and Noah. Tara stormed in, her eyes blazing. You're still here, Lila? Tara spat, slamming a mug on the counter. You and your brats are eating me out of house and home. Lila froze, spatula in hand. Tara, I'm doing my best. I'm looking for work every day. We'll be out soon, I promise. Promises? Tara laughed bitterly. You've been promising for weeks. I'm done with your excuses. You're a leech, Lila. Always have been. You think you can just mooch off me forever? The kids were at the table, their forks still. Mia's lip trembled, and Noah's face hardened. Lila's stomach twisted. Tara, please, not in front of them, she said quietly. Oh, don't play the victim. Tara shouted. You're always the poor little Lila, aren't you? I've got my own life, my own bills. I didn't sign up to raise your kids. Noah stood up, his chair scraping the floor. Stop yelling at my mom, he shouted. We didn't ask to be here. Tara's eyes narrowed. You little punk. Don't you dare talk to me like that in my house. Tara, enough. Lila stepped between them, her voice shaking. We'll leave, okay? Just give us a day to... A day? Tara cut her off. No, you're out now. Get your stuff and get out. Lila's heart sank. Tara, it's freezing outside. The kids. I don't care. Tara screamed. You're not my problem anymore. Take your kids and go sleep on the street for all I care. Before Lila could respond, Tara grabbed her arm and yanked her toward the door. Mia started crying, and Noah shouted, Let her go. But Tara was relentless. She shoved them through the house, tossing their bags into the garage. You can stay in there until you figure out where to go, she sneered, slamming the door and locking it. Now, in the garage, Lila's mind raced. She had no money, no job, no place to go. Her phone was dead, and her car was still at the shop. She hugged Mia tighter, trying to stop her shivering. It's gonna be okay, she whispered, though she didn't believe it. Noah paced, his fists clenched. I hate her, he muttered. She's the worst. Why do you let her treat you like that, Mom? Lila's eyes stung. I don't know, Noah. I thought she'd help us. She's family. Family doesn't do this. Noah shouted. She's not my aunt anymore. I'm done with her. Lila wanted to argue, to defend Tara, but she couldn't. The betrayal cut too deep. She'd always looked up to Tara, the older sister who seemed to have it all together. Nice house, good job, perfect life. But now Lila saw the truth. Tara's resentment had been simmering for years, maybe their whole lives. Before she could say anything, a low rumble came from outside. Headlights flashed through the garage window, cutting through the dim light. Lila tensed. "Stay here," she told the kids, moving to the window. A sleek black limousine pulled into the driveway, its polished surface gleaming under the streetlights. Lila's heart raced. Who could this be? Tara didn't know anyone with a car like that. The driver's door opened, and a man in a sharp suit stepped out. He was tall, with graying hair and a calm, professional demeanor. He walked to the garage door and knocked lightly. "Ms. Lila Carter?" he called. Lila hesitated, glancing at the kids. Noah's eyes were wide, and Mia peeked out from behind her. "Who's that?" Mia whispered. "I don't know," Lila said, her voice low. She cracked the door open. "Yes, I'm Lila." The man smiled warmly. "Good evening, ma'am. My name is Charles. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Vincent Harlow. He'd like to speak with you." Lila's brow furrowed. "Vincent Harlow? I don't know anyone by that name." Charles nodded. "I understand. Mr. Harlow is aware of your situation, and he believes he can help. If you and your children would come with me, I'll take you to him." Lila's instincts screamed caution. "Help? What kind of help? And how does he know about my situation?" Charles's expression remained steady. "Mr. Harlow is a resourceful man. He's been informed of your circumstances and wishes to offer assistance. I assure you you're safe with me. He's waiting at his estate, not far from here." Noah stepped forward, his voice sharp. "This sounds like a scam. Mom, don't go with him." Lila bit her lip. Noah was right. It sounded too good to be true. But what choice did they have? They couldn't stay in the garage, and Tara had made it clear they weren't welcome back inside. She looked at Charles, searching his face for any sign of deceit. He met her gaze calmly, his eyes kind but firm. "Please, Miss Carter," Charles said. "I know this is sudden, but Mr. Harlow is a man of his word. He wants to help you and your children." Lila took a deep breath, her mind racing. "Okay," she said finally. "But if anything feels off, we're leaving." Charles nodded. "Understood. Please, gather your things." Lila grabbed their bags, her hands shaking. She helped Mia and Noah into the limousine, the soft leather seats and warm air a stark contrast to the cold garage. Noah muttered, "This better not be a trick." But he climbed in. Mia clung to Lila, her bear tucked under her arm. As the limousine pulled away, Lila glanced back at Tara's house. The curtains twitched, and she knew Tara was watching. A surge of anger flared in her chest. How could her sister do this? After everything they'd been through together, how could Tara turn her back on them? The drive was short, about 20 minutes, but it felt like forever. The limousine wound through quiet streets, then turned into a gated estate. A massive house loomed ahead, its windows glowing warmly. Lila's stomach knotted. Whoever this Vincent Harlow was, he was clearly wealthy. But why would someone like him care about her? Charles opened the door and led them inside. The foyer was grand, with marble floors and a chandelier that sparkled overhead. A man stood waiting, his presence commanding. He was in his 50s, with sharp features and dark eyes that seemed to see right through her. His suit was tailored, and he carried himself with an air of quiet authority. "Ms. Carter," he said, his voice smooth, "I'm Vincent Harlow. Thank you for coming." Lila's throat was dry. "Mr. Harlow, I don't understand. Why are we here?" Vincent's lips curved into a small smile. "Straight to the point. I like that. Please sit." He gestured to a plush sofa. Lila sat, pulling Mia close. Noah stood, arms crossed, his eyes locked on Vincent. "I'll be blunt," Vincent said. "I know about your situation, your job loss, your eviction, and your disagreement with your sister. I have resources, and I want to help you get back on your feet." Lila's eyes narrowed. "How do you know all that? And why would you help us? You don't even know me." Vincent leaned back, his expression unreadable. "Let's just say I have a network of people who keep me informed. As for why, I have my reasons. I see potential in you. Lila, you're a fighter, even if you don't feel like one right now." Noah scoffed. That's not an answer. What do you want from us? Vincent's gaze flicked to Noah and he chuckled. You're a sharp one, aren't you? Fair enough. I'll be clear. I'm offering you a place to stay, a job, and a chance to rebuild your life. In return, I ask for your loyalty and your trust. Loyalty, Lila said, her voice rising. You expect me to just trust you? I don't even know who you are. Vincent's eyes softened. I understand your hesitation, but you're out of options, Lila. Your sister made that clear. I'm offering you a lifeline. You can walk away, but where will you go? Lila's heart pounded. He was right. She had nowhere else to turn. But something about this felt too easy, too perfect. What's the catch? She asked. There's always a catch. Vincent's smile faded. No catch. But I won't lie, it won't be easy. The job I'm offering is demanding. I run a foundation that helps families in crisis, and I need someone like you, someone who's been through hardship and understands what it means to struggle. You'll be working closely with me, helping others like you. Lila stared at him, her mind spinning. A job? A place to stay? It sounded like a dream, but dreams like this didn't just fall into your lap. Why me? She asked. There are thousands of people struggling. Why pick me? Vincent's gaze held hers. Because I know your story, Lila. Not just what's happened recently, but your whole life, your resilience, your sacrifices for your kids. I believe you're the right person for this. Noah stepped forward, his voice sharp. You're dodging the question. How do you know so much about us? Are you some kind of stalker? Vincent raised an eyebrow, unfazed. Stalker? No. Let's just say I have a knack for finding people who need help. I've been watching your family for a while. Not in a creepy way. I assure you, my foundation keeps tabs on families in distress. Your name came up. Lila's skin prickled. It was unsettling, but she couldn't deny the opportunity. What's the job exactly? She asked. Vincent clasped his hands. You'd be a case manager. You'd work with families, connect them to resources, and help them rebuild. It's long hours, emotional work, but it's meaningful, and you'd have a salary, benefits, and a place to live here on this estate. Mia tugged at Lila's sleeve. Mom, can we stay here? She whispered. It's nice. Lila's heart ached. She wanted to say yes, to give her kids a safe place, but she couldn't shake her unease. I need time to think, she said. Vincent nodded. Of course. Charles will show you to a guest suite. Stay the night, meet some of the staff tomorrow, and see if this feels right. That night, Lila barely slept. The guest suite was luxurious, with soft beds and warm blankets, but her mind wouldn't stop racing. Noah was skeptical, whispering to her about how shady Vincent seemed. Mia, though, was already charmed, talking about how pretty the house was. Lila lay awake, torn between hope and fear. The next morning, Charles took them to breakfast in a sunny dining room. A woman named Elena joined them, introducing herself as Vincent's assistant. She was warm and friendly, answering Lila's questions about the foundation. We've helped hundreds of families, Elena said. Vincent's tough, but he's fair. He changed my life, and I know he can change yours. Lila wanted to believe her, but Noah wasn't convinced. This is too perfect, he muttered. Nobody just hands you a job and a house like this. After breakfast, Vincent met them in his office. Have you decided? He asked. Lila took a deep breath. I'll take the job, she said. But I'm watching you, Mr. Harlow. If anything feels wrong, I'm out. Vincent smiled. I wouldn't expect anything less. The next few weeks were a whirlwind. Lila and the kids moved into a small cottage on the estate. The job was as intense as Vincent promised. Long days meeting with families, navigating their struggles, and fighting for resources. But it was fulfilling. For the first time in years, Lila felt like she was doing something that mattered. Noah and Mia started school nearby. And though Noah still didn't trust Vincent, he admitted the cottage was better than Tara's garage. Mia flourished, her shy smile returning. Lila threw herself into the work, determined to prove herself. But the past wasn't done with her. One afternoon, Tara showed up at the estate, banging on the cottage door. Lila opened it, her stomach dropping. What are you doing here? Lila demanded. Tara's face was flushed, her eyes wild. You think you can just walk away and live some fancy life? You owe me, Lila. I took you and when nobody else would. Lila's anger flared. Took me in? You kicked us out. You locked us in your garage like animals. I was stressed. Tara shouted. You were freeloading. And now you're what? Some big shot working for a millionaire? You're still a nobody, Lila. Noah appeared behind Lila, his voice cold. Get out of here, Tara. You're not welcome. Tara's eyes widened. You ungrateful little. Enough. Lila cut her off. You don't get to come here and tear us down. We're done, Tara. Leave. Tara's face twisted, but she backed away. You'll regret this, she spat, storming off. Lila closed the door, her hands shaking. Noah hugged her, and Mia joined in. We're okay now, Mom, Mia said softly. Lila nodded, tears in her eyes. For the first time, she believed it. They were okay. And no matter what Tara or anyone else said, they were going to keep fighting. As the months passed, Lila grew into a role at the foundation. Vincent was a demanding boss, but he was true to his word. He gave her the tools to succeed, and she did. The family she helped became her purpose. And the pain of Tara's betrayal began to fade. One evening, Vincent called her into his office. You've done well, Lila, he said. I knew I was right about you. Lila smiled, a weight lifting. Thank you for everything. Vincent leaned forward, his eyes serious. There's more to do. Are you ready? Lila didn't hesitate. I'm ready. And she was. For the first time in her life, Lila felt like she was exactly where she was meant to be.